What's up everybody, this is Mastery Gamer, and we just got the season trailer for Overwatch Season 3, showing off a ton of new cosmetics and skins, a brand new type of skin cosmetic, along with all the other exciting new content and fun game modes that'll be coming in the new season. So let's go ahead and jump right on in, breaking down the trailer, showing off everything it has to show us, along with some additional material showing off skins and other cosmetics that Blizzard has shared. Starting first and foremost with the new hero and map. Now, we've already seen Shion and Neon Junction in pretty extensive detail at this point, but we do of course get a spotlight of both of them here at the beginning of the trailer, just showing some more camera angles, some more Shion in action. Both look very good. I am excited to play both the new hero and the new map. But then we're taken to the first set of skins to have a look at, the Yoasobi collab, which we've known about for a while, and we already had the Kiriko skin from revealed. But we also get a little teaser for the Hanzo and Genji skins now that are also going to be a part of this collab. We can see them somewhat obscured by shadow here in this shot, but we get a good enough look that we know basically what they're going to look like now. Again, this collab will be starting a bit later in June, so a couple weeks after the start of the season itself, which does start tomorrow, by the way, June 16th. But then moving on to the next skin, we have the Illari Mythic skin, Ascendant Phoenix, revealed. Yep, it's a Mythic, alright. It kind of follows that same sort of modern Mythic trend, at least at a glance, in terms of being a kind of fantasy-themed Mythic for Illari that admittedly does have some pretty cool effects going for it. Her ultimate being a phoenix that fires out and explodes is a pretty cool detail. I actually quite like that. And we can see it has a couple of different color combinations here as well. We can see some additional images of the skin that they shared on the press site, giving us a bit better look at the different colors and outfits. But, you know, it still follows the trends of modern Mythic skins, it seems. Customization isn't what it used to be, but you do get some variants to choose from. After that, we get a look at the new Hanzo Mythic weapon, which is called Tokyo Rebel, which does look to be a sort of cyber-inspired skin, kind of following the line of the recent Sojourn and Soldier Mythic skins we've gotten. This is the weapon skin, though, for Hanzo. It has these sort of holographic reticles and a pretty cool-looking kill effect, admittedly, where it all sort of, like, glitches out with, like, a dragon popping up. I quite like it. I think it actually looks pretty cool. But then we are taken into quite a bit of a surprise in terms of new skins being revealed. A new type of cosmetic skin, a Ultra skin, with the first one shown here in the trailer being a Cat Maid outfit for traielr. Now, Blizzard has not put out much information at all regarding what these Ultra skins are, but just based on the way it's presented here, to me this looks like a middle ground between a legendary and a mythic. We can see it clearly has a unique kill effect when she kills Hanzo with it in the trailer, causing the little cat to pop up. So, in a sense, it might end up being like a mythic weapon, but a whole skin, where you don't get the customization of a mythic skin with like different colors and outfit details that you can customize, but it still has unique effects the way mythic skins and especially nowadays mythic weapons have as part of their, you know, built-in fancy aesthetics. But it's like a skin for the whole character as opposed to just a weapon skin the way mythic weapons are. That seems to be my understanding of it. I have no idea how much these are going to cost. I can only imagine they're going to be more expensive than normal legendaries. And we currently know there are at least going to be 2 Ultra skins added in the new season, both being a part of the Neon Cafe theme, which we see here. This image was shared on the Blizzard press site, featuring a bunch of pink maid cat skins for traielr, Ashe, Orisa, Reaper, and Kiriko. And we also see in another image that's labeled as Ultra skins that both traielr and Kiriko's skins in this bundle are going to be Ultra skins, with the others presumably just being standard legendaries. Now, we don't really get to look at how Kiriko's is an Ultra skin just yet. We don't really know what's going to be unique about hers, but it is apparently going to be in that same classification along with traielr. I will admit this is something which I am a bit wary of, but also very curious to see what Blizzard ends up doing with this as a sort of aspect of the weapons and like a new cosmetic classification. I can only imagine they're going to be pricier than your average legendary, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how Blizzard handles this. But just jumping back to the full group shot of the Neon Cafe, since we don't actually get a look at them in the trailer itself beyond just the Sierra skin, I do quite like them. They're fitting a very cutesy theme, as Blizzard often leans into when it comes to cosmetics these days. Moving on with the trailer, though, we then get a look at a new Shion skin, which is apparently going to be part of the Battle Pass. Presumably, it's going to be in the Ultra Battle Pass bundle, since historically that's how Blizzard has handled the new skins for new heroes in their debut seasons. And we can see it looks to be a purple colored streetwear type skin. I almost want to call it a cyberpunk skin, but Shion herself is kind of just intrinsically cyberpunk, so I don't know if that's so much the skin as it is just part of her hero. And we will get a bit of a better look at it in just a moment, but we also get a look at the other Battle Pass and Starter bundle skins here, where we can see skins for Winston, Lucio, finally getting a skin, Hazard, Domina, Freya, Genji, Junkrat, and Zenyatta. Now again, we'll be getting a better look at some of these in just a moment, but from at a glance, it looks like this is kind of a mishmashing of themes. Genji looks to have a sort of noir-themed skin, similar to what we saw with Reaper and Widowmaker a couple seasons back. Junkrat and Zenyatta have very East Asian-themed designs. Domina looks like a school teacher, I guess. And then the others are kind of just, frankly, I don't know. And we then get a shot of the OWCS Team Partner Pack with new skins for Ana, Emre, and Mizuki. Finally, Mizuki getting a new skin, nice to say the very least. Sticking with skins before we move on to the game modes, though, also a bit later in the trailer, we get a look at a new Sombra Summer skin, which is also apparently part of the Battle Pass. Again, we'll be getting an overarching look at the Battle Pass skins in just a second. I'll be going through those, but we do get a quick shot of it here during the Summer Games portion of the video. And then we get a look at a Kitsune Jetpack Cat skin. My, oh my. Finally, Jetpack Cat gets a legendary skin, which definitely seems to be what this is. And it's a Kitsune-themed one. Pretty fun, pretty fitting. I like it, I gotta say. She's even got the little Kitsune mask hanging off her head, which is a adorable little detail. And then jumping to some of the full images that Blizzard posted on the press site, we do have the Battle Pass lineup skins here, showing 7 of the skins that are going to be in the Battle Pass. Presumably not all of them, because we had that other image that showed off some other skins that were also supposedly going to be in the Battle Pass. And again, I imagine some of these are going to be in the Ultimate Bundle. So yeah, I don't know which ones are which exactly. Presumably, Shion is going to be in the Ultimate Bundle, which means you got to pay the extra actual money to get her with it, which, you know, this is how Blizzard does it. But we can also see in this image a better look at the Sombra skin, along with the inclusion of a Cassidy skin that wasn't otherwise shown. And yeah, it does honestly look like a mishmash of random themes and cosmetics. It doesn't seem to be fitting the mono theme of the past couple battle passes, which admittedly I like. I'm not typically a fan of mono-themed battle passes, because if you don't happen to be a fan of that theme, well, then there's nothing in the pass you really care about. But this at least has a little bit of variety to it, so, you know, maybe there's the skin here or there that you'll like, and at least one of them will feel worthwhile. Additionally, though, we have some other shop skins shown off, including the Spellcasters set, which look to be more D&D inspired skins, all with a sort of like magical mage type theming to them. The Zenyatta skin looks very reminiscent to the skin he got back during the D&D season a few years ago. I don't know if this one's just a recolor of that skin or what, but the others do look fairly original. And of course, the lineup here is Venture, Lifeweaver, Reinhardt, Zenyatta, and Tracer. And then we have the Street Rebels shop bundle, which again features the Kitsune Jetpack Cat skin, along with new skins for Junker Queen, Wooyoung, Mercy, and Mizuki. We get a look at them here. These seem to fit a more Japanese street gang type vibe, which is not a new vibe per se for Overwatch skins, but at least it's a new lineup of skins that sort of fit this relative theme. But then moving on from just the skins, getting back to the trailer, they also showed off the Anima Strike event, which is going to be a new in-game event, kind of similar to the other ones we've had, the sort of season themed events, where it looks like you can sort of progress through a skill tree, a map. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work or what it's representing, but it shows little like checkpoints you work your way along before getting to loot boxes. So just another little, probably just complete challenges to progress the event type mechanic. We've seen them do a lot of these in different forms recently, so nothing that phenomenal or outstanding. But then we get a community crafted mode, which looks to be a game mode consisting of fan abilities, I guess. We get things like Vendetta's sword deflecting projectiles. We get Roadhog flying toward the person he grapples when he grabs him with his hook. Junker Queen throwing her axe. A lot of interesting different mechanics here. Before then, it moves into the summer games, showing off that there's going to be the return of Lucio Ball, if nothing else. And then we get a look at a hero ban update, which doesn't particularly tell us much. It's a very quick shot of just showing that, oh, hero bans are getting updated. But it looks like there might be a sort of like back and forth ban phase where maybe one team bans a hero, then the other team gets to ban two, and then the first team bans the fourth. Maybe that's what this is indicating. They don't give us a lot of information from it here. And then we get into Stadium Hero reworks, showing that Reinhardt, Moira, and Arisa are apparently going to be getting some degree of reworks in Stadium. And then we just cut to some extra footage of skins we've already seen and Shion, sort of rounding out the trailer before it comes to an end. And unlike many past trailers, there isn't any sort of like surprise stinger collab reveal or anything at the end of the trailer. It's basically just the big artwork of Shion that we've seen before. So other than the Yoasobi collab, I don't think there's going to be any other collabs this season unless Blizzard ends up announcing something later about that. For now, it's just going to be the one we've already had revealed. Also, as a little final note, it was revealed that the Oasis University map will be coming to Stadium, so there is a bit of a Stadium update there on the map front, just a new map location to play on. We did get the sort of roadmap for the season posted by Blizzard as well, which does show some other little things. They show some additional Stadium hero reworks that are apparently also going to entail traielr, Hazard, and Kiriko, so maybe a lot of heroes are getting reworked in Stadium. I'm not really sure what exactly we're going to get in that regard. But also, there's apparently going to be a new quick play hack, which may be that community updates one. It's not entirely clear. Along with an excavation initiative, something venture related, presumably. No idea what that is, but it is apparently something coming during this season. And yeah, on that note, that is going to do it. Quite a lot of little things kind of packed into the trailer. A lot of things that we really don't get a lot of information on, frankly. They kind of just show it off, present it, and then just don't really give us any details. But definitely some exciting stuff. I think the skins, for the most part, look pretty decent. There's definitely some cool looking ones in there. And I am intrigued by these Ultra skins, although admittedly very wary of what all they're going to entail, and especially their price point, what that's going to end up being. But otherwise, I do think it looks like a pretty decent, pretty exciting season. Gameplay-wise, the new map and hero I both think look phenomenal, and I'm very excited to get to play. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are there any skins which stuck out to you as really exciting ones you want to get your hands on and use in-game? Are you excited for just the new hero and new map? Or maybe you're intrigued by some of these other littler things that'll be dropping during this season. Be sure to let me know, and as always, subscribe. Hit up that bell icon, follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content. I will be going live shortly after I upload this video, talking more about the new season, so I hope to see you tuning in and hanging out there. And otherwise, I will be going live when the season itself launches tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. It'll be an exciting one way or the other. I'm eager for the new season to kick off, and otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.